Yo, Kaspa family, Kaspa is actually popping off right now, starting the bull run for altcoins. I mean, this alt season is already underway, and it's been underway. Now, this is just the confirmation of that the bottom was in. I've been calling it, last month. I've been calling it for a while now, and now we're seeing the confirmation play out. Jeez, Kaspa literally just spiked up right now to 9.5 cents. That is wild. Now, if you don't have your Kaspa bag secured yet, well, you're missing out big time. Now, head over to Kraken. If you haven't already made an account, claim $75 when you trade $200 of crypto on Kraken. I mean, it's literally free money. Use the $75 to buy even more Kaspa. All right, let's get back to the video now. Links in description. Here's Kaspa on a weekly time frame, again, pulling upward. This is incredible confirmation. Once you see this macro trend actually shift upward at a very fast rate, it's very much a confirmation of where the long-term trend is heading. Every single time it's done some sort of move like that, I mean, it didn't even go down at a fast rate over here. This upward movement right down here is very good to see, and of course it makes sense. I mean, Bitcoin just blew out a new all-time high. We're waiting to see that for a while now. It finally happened. Congratulations, everyone that's been following me. Basically saying it's just a matter of time. We're looking at this chart with gold. Liquidity is coming to Bitcoin. I mean, M2 is just spiking as well. Global liquidity spiking. Inflation going up. Dollar weakening. Look at the others. The others spiked too. From this point, I mean, I called them my past videos. Follow me. Patreon too. My Patreon subscribe. I've been keeping them up to date. I'm not making videos, but I'm keeping my Discord group up to date on everything. So check out my Patreon if you haven't yet. Everything excluding the top 10. I mean, we saw the bottom down here. Similar move played out. And here we go, the blast off. And this is just getting started. Look at ADA, Cardano, for example. I mean, it's nothing great at all, but I saw that triple bottom floor, and here's the macro uptrend continuing to move up at a very steady rate. Ethereum blasting off. It's going to reach all-time high very soon as well. I mean, the 100-week moving average is going up, but the thing is, everything is being powered by Bitcoin. What's powering Bitcoin? Well, the whole global economy. Look at Kaspa. Again, this is on a daily chart, so it's not, as long-term, not as macro, but you see this bottoming formation happen. So, who knows with volatility and all that, but the bottom line is the bottom is in, and we are headed upward, and there's just so much indication for the bottom that this is altcoin season in play. I mean, my past videos, I kept on going over how this is very potential to be the bottom, like a very high likelihood. When Kaspa hit 6 cents, it was like, man, that's as low as it's going to go. I was sharing to my Discord, 5.2 cents. I saw, check out my past videos. I keep on going into detail how these are the bottoms, and you have to maximize your exposure to crypto at these bottoms. That's what I was doing. This past few weeks, I was moving money around, making sure that I'm maximizing my exposure in crypto. Moving, I barely even own any fiat at this point. So here's a Kaspa. Look at this monthly Kaspa to gold. It's just perfectly positioned. And you know what? Check this out. What's the best way to maximize your potential, your exposure for peak profit? This bull run? Look no further. You already know. Is this even showing? Yeah, it's showing. It's showing all right. Nacho, you already know. This is our baby doing good. See this bottom end? Dang, it was such a discount. So, I mean, I there's so many, I can really go into depth about this bottom here. Played out very well, hit this low Bollinger. So people were, honestly, for this period, especially recently, in the past few days, last 2 days, all right, people were selling Kaspa and Memecoins like Nacho to get liquidity for the Egra presale, Egra token presale. All right, so this is a whole discussion, whole topic. It's something I went into depth about with my Patreon subscribers. That my position, my thoughts and positioning on this whole thing. So this presale, what's up with this? So people were just getting liquidity to fund this presale. With the presale filled to about $1 million worth, close to $1 million worth in just a matter of 1 to 2 days. Okay, that's still open. You could still get your pre-sale if you want via it's 3 search. Okay, it's 3 search capital. But honestly, why would you do such a thing? Why would you be investing in, Kaspa is all about fair launch, okay? Values apart, we're looking now at like the whole deal with Egra, and just looking at like the whole value, diluted market cap, pre-allocations, team allocations, pre-sale, if staking, validators. You're gonna go into another video because it's like a topic in its own. But I highly suggest not overcomplicating things. Once you have something at a fully diluted value worth 2% of Kaspa's current market cap, I mean, dang, that's already a fair value, and you're expecting to make good gains off of that. Like, the place to make good gains is the largest leading meme coin on the native coin. It's Nacho. Don't overcomplicate things. This is the best, most profitable play, which also, on average, comparing to Ethereum, like the top meme coins, especially the top one, it reaches a value of at least double the market share of the leading L2 token. So yeah, L2s, I mean, it's going to do fun. It's going to do great. It's going to rise, especially as Kaspa rises. But man, you don't have to. You just look at what's the most undervalued asset in the ecosystem, and look across crypto. I mean, geez, even Bonk, the first meme coin on Solana, recently flipped Kaspa in market cap. I mean, up 83% in the past 7 days. I mean, if you needed any more confirmation that meme coins are the largest asset besides the layer 1 token, the layer 1 coin itself, meme coins are just the derivative, okay? Bonk is doing good because Solana is doing good. It's just how it works. Now, Shiba Inu is doing good 20% because Ethereum is doing good. Kaspa, look at this, up 9.5 cents and growing. So that's why you look at Nacho the cat the past 7 days. I mean, look at it. It's extremely, Kaspa is soaring. But Nacho is also doing exceedingly well. Once Kaspa starts to consolidate a little more, that's where you see Nacho and the meme coins run. Especially like Nacho was leading the run up fast from this bottom, and then Kaspa had this explosive rocket, which is it's currently it's gonna head 12 cents, 10 cents. It's just gonna keep rocketing. This is once people have confirmation that the bull run is in, there's just no stopping it. And we know how Kaspa runs during the bull run. We know how Kaspa runs on the normal typical day. This whole downtrend has just been unfortunate, but now we're back at it, and wallets are loading up heavy, like tens of millions of dollars of Kaspa. Bitcoiners are coming over. Bitcoiners are sweating hard. They're trying to find fallacies in the security. I mean, there's this one guy. He keeps on going on X. He keeps on it's not secure. Bitcoin's better. Kaspa stinks. And I was even having a discussion with him, just trying to point out the facts that hey, that's actually wrong. Even Shy, Kaspa facts. We're here talking with this guy. He just doesn't see it. He doesn't want to see it. He doesn't care. It's like what he's trying to argue is that Kaspa, is just unique and different, and it's not Bitcoin. It's different than Bitcoin, but he thinks that's a fallacy of security when mathematically Kaspa is as secure as Bitcoin, and actually even more secure. If you want to wait, the same 10-minute confirmation time, you're going to be more secure in Kaspa than in Bitcoin. He doesn't care. That's just how it's going to be. People are going to be in denial, but once more scientists, more mathematicians come on board to Kaspa and do the math, and they see, oh snap, the security of Kaspa actually holds up, and not just holds up, but it improves the security of even the Bitcoin protocol, not Bitcoin protocol, Bitcoin network. Then they're going to start opening their eyes, and we're going to see Kaspa, reach the top 3 without any doubt at that point. This is also super cool. Cassia. I heard another guy say Kasia. Not sure how to pronounce it. I'll have to ask Asgustu or Asgusti, whatever his name is. Cassia. So this is awesome. Get your claim-free Cas via X if you don't have any transactions on your Kaspa wallet. Sign up. Verify your X. CassiaBooks.com. This is pretty heckin' cool. This is what Kaspa is all about. Data transactions. It's not just a currency, but it's a data. And that's something that even Michael Sutton is here, trying to explain. It's high-speed, high-performance sequencing and coordination system. It's not silver, okay? It's not digital silver. It's much more than that. And you have to really understand that Kaspa is so much more than just a currency, peer-to-peer currency, digital cash. It is, I mean, look at this. You think he goes into another, yeah, here we go. Talking about, the fact that it can sequencing and order and consensus. This is huge. It's a network protocol, enforces scarcity, while Kaspa small k, it's like the currency, refers to scarce digital asset. Very interesting, way to put it. Love it. It's, once these big brains, these are like the visionaries, okay? Understanding what you can do with the technology, and these are the visionary developers, the people that put that vision, put that research into practice, and then here we go. Fully decentralized, encrypted, anonymous way to message people on the Kaspa block DAG. So every single transaction is actually data flowing through the block DAG and kept and stored on the block DAG. This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible, especially that it's encrypted and end-to-end encrypted. So yeah, send me scape.cast, send me a handshake, I'll accept it. Pretty cool. Got a few handshakes already, talking with some people. Pretty awesome. I love it. I got to figure out if I could get it on the iPhone, because I know you can get it on Android if you download some sort of thing. Yeah, pretty heckin' cool. Not gonna lie. And this whole week is huge for crypto. I mean, Trump coming out saying, the tremendous bill to make America undisputed #1 leader in digital assets. Trump's been always saying this type of stuff. More and more people are realizing Bitcoin's here to stay, and it's here to not just stay, but to actually replace the existing financial industry with something that is, hard money, not just something that you print in thin air and whatever. Banks are always going to exist, but we're going to see less reliance on banks, more reliance on self-custody. We're going to see that, as time goes on, especially in the next 10 years. Okay, so the next 10 years, I think, is going to be the decade of not just Kaspa, of course, but like crypto, and Kaspa is going to power a lot of it. Here, ETH dominance. You see all these different indicators just showing that where the trend is headed. And the altcoin season is literally just starting. It's literally bottomed. This is altcoin season. I mean, you can't get any clearer. Again, here, gold, with respect to gold, altcoins with respect to gold, it's moving upward. Very nice to see. Lots of room to grow. Bitcoin, gold, even SPY. Okay, SPY, S&P 500, like double bottom down here. And this is with respect to gold once again. So yeah, with respect to dollars, it looks like it peaked. But look at it with gold, and you see there's a lot of room to grow. It's just the dollar isn't doing so hot. So look at this with the dollar. It's like macro moving average flattening. So it used to be in this huge uptrend, and we all knew this uptrend was going to end, and that's why it was pretty easy to predict a fall from up here to wherever it wants to go down here. But this uptrend is very obviously ending, and this is confirmation that we are no longer in an uptrend in the dollar, and it's going to very soon start to see a very long downtrend. And I think that's going to last the next 10 years. You have to really put yourself into a long-term mentality to really be really able to position your portfolio to experience max profit potential. Like, you're going to be cashing out for dollars, but look at this. As the dollar continues to fall and lose its value, assets are going to grow in value. That's why we see, houses going up in price, stocks going up in price, of course, crypto, gold going up in price. These are all assets, and you want to own assets, especially hard money assets, hard assets, rare assets, things that are commodity like Kaspa. We find things that have very high stock to flow ratio. Okay, so here we go with stock to flow ratio, basically representing the scarcity of an asset, of a commodity. Okay, you're mining all of these, and Bitcoin is very rare. We're seeing Kaspa already soon overtaking silver. So when's this going to happen? Just in about 5 months, this is a little more than a month ago, we're going to see Kaspa overtake silver in stock to flow. So the ratio. So as the ratio increases, again, the rarity increases, and that's going to really drive the price. It's going to have a supply shock. There's not going to be enough Kaspa for large entities, institutions to acquire. It's going to send the price skyrocketing, as we are seeing right now. I mean, over 9.5 cents in such a short time frame. I mean, we're seeing crypto explode as well. I mean, it's not just Kaspa, of course, but once the whole market understands where, where crypto's headed, well, then they just start, buying, and you want to really position your portfolio in a way that you're going to experience, okay, max profit. Yeah, this is good and all, 30% and everything, but like, what has the largest room to grow? Not just now, for tomorrow and next day. How about in the next year? Okay, what's going to have the greatest profit, especially this coming bull run? And people think, okay, this bull run is gonna stop at like in November or something like that. Who exactly knows? I mean, it is pretty clear that Bitcoin has a lot of room to grow, and it can hit up to 160, 180, like 150,000 very reasonably before it could maybe experience, a pullback. Let's check the chart real quick. Go into Bitcoin. So here we go. With respect to gold, there's still a lot of room to go. So once it comes all the way up to here, we're going to see. But imagine this. Imagine if it's slow and steady rise with respect to gold, and that's going to just let it like continue to go up perpetually. So we're going to see if we're going to have a boom and bust this cycle, or if it's going to be perpetual, slow and steady type of growth. So right now we're very much still at a low. I mean, look at this. Total 2 versus total divided by total. Basically, altcoins showing the altcoin market. And we're at an extreme low. As it goes up, heads up with the respect to, the rest of the market, gains more dominance. Altcoins are going to be skyrocketing. Here we go with, again, the Bitcoin dominance. Others versus Bitcoin dominance gives you a very big picture that altcoin season has so much room to go. And especially with altcoins comes meme coins, and that's why I very much am encouraging, investment in Nacho, especially with how it's run. Like, Nacho is just incredibly decentralized. Like, there's not a single person that runs it, okay? Even the AI, okay, you may not like the fact that they use AI, but guess what? Anyone can use AI to make a Nacho the cat, whatever, an image, a little video. Especially as AI is progressing, it looks nicer and nicer, and it's easier to be done. So it's going to live forever. It's not like something that you need to pay for. It's not like something that's proprietary or, run by someone you need to rely on. So that's why also, I really do like Nacho, especially compared to something like Kango. But, Kango's incredible for as long as they can keep producing content. We'll see. Maybe they'll have the community members eventually take over that. Who knows? But it's right now it seems more so proprietary, that type of content. But stick with something that's super decentralized, and it's like, and not just that, but they're not just building huge projects and investing in huge projects. I mean, they invested and helps fund the Zilla swap development and the audit, Moonbound development and the audit, and all that costs a lot of money. So the community fund is being put to work, and it's not a lot of money. I mean, it is, but the community fund has hundreds of thousands of dollars in it. So 20,000 here, 10,000 here to really fund these massive projects. I mean, Pump.Fund has a valuation of what? I had a pre-sale and everything like that. I don't know what, worth $500 million, and now it's worth $1 billion or something like that. So if Moonbound and Kaspa, pop off, you're going to see extreme value coming back to Nacho and just across the entire Kaspa ecosystem, especially being able to stake Nacho tokens to earn passively income from the Moonbound fees. That's very, very good. Not just Nacho tokens, but also Nacho NFTs. So there's a lot of utility there. Everything, you just gotta love it. They have strong partnerships and ties with KSPR, with Zilla Swap as a DEX, with Kaspa.com. They're not just going to be providing liquidity. Kaspa.com is going to be providing airdrop to Nacho token holders. So even more value just always returning to Nacho. And especially as the blue chip, you're going to see a lot of airdrops constantly be given to people that hold the NFT, people that hold the tokens, stuff like that. So, man, I'm just super psyched for this season. it's going to be incredible. I mean, we're going to see exactly, what's going to happen with Kaspa. Is it going to have to, consolidate at 12 cents? Possibly. I mean, the bottom line is, like, people that were calling and understanding, like, okay, this was the bottom. Like, I kept on saying 6 cents was the bottom. I had so many indicators, not just with Kaspa, but across crypto. I even used ADA as an example, seeing these macro double bottoms, seeing these macro indicators with, like, dominance, ETH dominance versus Bitcoin dominance. This others. Looking at excluding the top 10, you see all these different, all these indications that once it gets at this low, there's just so much potential to rise. And who knows how high it's going to rise. But when you're at the low, you don't have to worry about that, because those ocean waves, you're in at the ground level. You're in at, like, below every single, like, volatility wave. You're in at the floor, so you don't have to worry. Hold long term and you're good to go. You're going to be maximizing your profit, and that's what's being early is all about. So you see this whole setup with Kaspa with respect to gold, and you already know, of course, it's going to retest all-time high. Of course, it's going to blast off and reach a new all-time high. So yeah, it's just epic. And if you're not excited, man, I don't even know. You better be excited, because I am. And yeah, let's get it. So I would love to see gold continue to go up, but again, very healthy for it to consolidate. As it consolidates, crypto has a massive run. Okay, this whole run down over here, Bitcoin just skyrocketed during this whole time frame. So we very much could see the same happen. Dollar's going to fall. Gold could consolidate or continue to rise, and Bitcoin is in crypto. Kaspa is all going to do exceedingly well. So make sure you have a lot of exposure in Kaspa, in the leading meme coin, Nacho, and whatever you want. But crypto is going to be is absolutely the future, and you already see the signs of it. You already see it. It's in government. It's in reaching legislative bills. There's so much going for crypto right now, and it's literally the future of finances, of data networks, of just everything decentralized. It's a lot power. It's power to the people as well. You get rid of the middleman. And that's what crypto's all about. So I'm going to go into more videos, especially covering all these bookmarks. I have so many bookmarks, a lot of topics to discuss, even the Egra pre-sale, and how I'm really, not so fond of the pre-sale, and how it's all run, and even like validators. There's max validators. So the validators are going to be like, the Kaspa.com, with the Yonatoshis, the Wolf thing, 3 Search Capital. Each one of those, you're giving them money to invest, and they're now going to use that money to make money. It's like, it just, it constantly feeds the people at the top. The Egra team, they're getting all this money to fund their work, to fund their development. Like, their paychecks, they got their paychecks covered. They're set. They're set, honestly, for life. These validators as well, the people that have this, the way to invest with a pre-sale, Kaspa.com, 3 Search Capital, Wolf, that Wolf one, and any others. I mean, they're getting so much money, so now they're going to be huge validators, being able to earn a lot more money. And, like, where's all this money coming from? It's fully diluted value. It's all these token unlocks. Yeah, it's not something I'm into, and I'm sure it's not something a lot of Kaspa people are into, but certainly a lot of them are. If they were to invest, so much money so quickly, it makes sense. I mean, the team is great. I mean, his technology is going to be great, but when you look at the funding, the tokens, and all that, the way it's the funding model, it's not so much in favor of the fair launch. It's not so much in favor of like the average Joe investor. It's more so in favor. This whole model favors funding and money for the team itself. The next layer below that is helping ensure funding for validators and stakers. So it's like constantly seeping, liquidity out, and the only way it can gain that liquidity back is if more people come in and buy. And certainly this is going to create a lot of demand as well, because it's a great technology. But your ability to make lots of X's, lots of multiples on your money with investment like this, it's not really there. It's not like a fair launched meme coin, since which Nacho is already like coming back down to its mint price. So if you missed the mint on Nacho, it's like, well, this is your second opportunity to get in at that absolute floor value. And congrats to those people that did and that have really bought up down here. And I could tell you, I certainly have been. Just loading up is just the way to go. So get your Kaspa meme coins. I'm very much a fan of Nacho. I love that I got the shirt. I got some stickers too. Pretty cool. So yeah, you already know. Pretty good times coming. I'll make another video explaining a lot more topics and bookmarks and really good discussion for you guys. So peace.